recording on my phone so I can upload for IGTV. And I am going to bring you a kind of a bonus podcast episode. It's not really bonus because it's falling within our same weekly time frame. But I wanted to talk about how to create a personal styling business and how to pivot when you're in a crisis, because that is what's on everybody's mind right now. I am filming this on Thursday, March 19th. I was actually supposed to be in Portugal right now, but we had to cancel that trip because of the coronavirus, COVID-19, which is something that if you are listening to this, no doubt you are also facing some uncertainties and challenges to not only your daily life, but to your business potentially as well. And so it is Thursday, so technically we're kind of on day 4, day 6 for some people of a self-quarantine. If you're in the US, which is where I am, we have not yet had mandatory quarantines, but obviously those are taking place all over the world, and it's probably only a matter of time before that happens. And I actually want to say that I do believe maybe cities like New York, San Francisco, larger cities are actually maybe in a full-on quarantine. I have been limiting my news in order to maintain my energy and not get sucked into the negativity, because it is very easy to do. It's very easy to feel overwhelmed right now because things are so uncertain. We're scared about food. We're scared about staying home. We're scared about getting sick. We're scared of passing it on. There is a lot of fear right now. And so in order to kind of combat that for myself, I've been limiting access to news and trying to take in and soak in positivity while also being prepared. So one of my coaches and mentors has said that you can be safe and you can be prepared without going into panic. So one of the analogies he gave was this idea of you lock your doors at night, you lock your car doors because you want to be safe. You're not doing it necessarily because you think someone's gonna rob your car. Like, you don't have that as an active, pervasive fear, but you are going to be smart and you're going to lock your doors. So I hope that we can go into this in a little bit of that energy of we're going to be prepared, we're going to do what we can to stay safe, to protect ourselves, to protect others, but also I would love us to really just kind of wrap ourselves in some positive energy. And so before I launch into this podcast, I would actually love us if we could take a few minutes to just take a few deep breaths. I ran a book club for a little while, and before every book club call, we would just do a little bit of a meditation, and it really helped ground us and set the tone for our conversation. So let's just take a few seconds now to do that. If you would like, you may close your eyes. We're just gonna take a few 3 deep breaths in and out. So everybody take a deep breath in, out through the mouth. Great. Deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale. One more breath in and let it out. All right. So if you are ready to come back, let's do that. And let's talk about 4 ways that you can pivot your personal styling business in a crisis. So if you are in the Founders Club, then you've already been getting a lot of support around this topic. We've had some extra Facebook Lives and some extra Zoom calls to just kind of check in, see where people are, and brainstorm really positive actions that you can take in a time when it's a little bit uncertain. So we are really flexible as humans, and so we will adjust to this, but there are some logistical things to adjusting. So I want to cover 4 things about things that you can do right now to really just adjust and to pivot in your business. So number 1 is to not discount your services. Okay, I'm gonna just leave that as a period, full stop. During kind of the first week, earlier this week, early like mid-March, everybody was offering free services, free live streams, free workshops, free this, free that, or like really seriously heavily discounting in order to encourage more income, more money flow, and to help the community, right? I do think a lot of the discounts were coming from a place of business owners wanting to give back and wanting to really be supportive, especially as everybody was freaking out and not sure what to do. But I really would encourage you as a business owner to stop and to take a deep breath, because you have a business to run, you have a family and yourself to support as well. And if you are offering discounts purely from a scarcity mindset, then it's really not going to serve you or serve your community. And so what I mean by that is if you're offering a discount because you're afraid the customers won't be there and you're afraid you're not going to sell things, then that is going to be the energy that it's going to go out and come back to you in. So if you want to give a discount or you want to give something for free or lower price, by all means, please do that. But make it so that it's coming from a place of giving and abundance so that you have so much, you are so blessed, you have these skills and you want to help your community in this time and in this way. That is a lot different than freaking out and thinking I need to just discount things so that I can have money come in. I think that's actually going to kind of have an adverse opposite effect of what you want. So I want to give you a really concrete example here of how I did this. I have a online style course called Style Camp, and my plan all along for 2020 was to launch it in the fall and to be ready in Q3. But I figured right now while people are quarantined, they might want it, they might need it. And I struggled a little bit, honestly, with myself about how I wanted to do this. Did I want to offer it at a super cheap discount? Did I want to give it away for free? Did I want to have it at full price? What could I do? So I wanted to honor the people that have already bought Style Camp at its price that it's valued at. But I also wanted a way to give back. So what I decided to do, go ahead and launch it. I launched it at full price, which is $4.95 for 6 weeks, 12 modules, access to the Facebook community, the full value of the service. And then I also wanted to provide 3 spots that were basically on scholarship so that I was covering that person to come in. And I wanted to do this through a nomination form. So in order to claim a spot, someone needs to nominate you, and then I will grant access to 3 people to go through that. So that was my way that felt really aligned with, one, what I teach my stylists in the Founders Club, to don't always discount your services. That's not something you need to do. I wanted to lead by example in that way, but I also wanted to give back. And so me giving 3 scholarship opportunities to people in need or people that wanted this was my way of doing that. All right, number 2, way you can pivot your business in a crisis is to offer smaller, more niche offerings at a lower price point than your larger packages. So this is a little bit in line with the discount idea, the discount mentality of giving people something at a lower price point, but you're doing it in a way that you don't have to discount yourself or discount your services. So some ideas that we've talked about were to create a PDF guide or a smaller video course or a package that's very similar to a package that can lead up to a specific service. So this is a very niche offering. For example, how to find the right jeans for your body type, or how to find the right swimsuit for your body type, or how to clean out your closet, or how to create outfits with 5 things you already own, okay? This is very specific because what that does is it enables you to really hone in. It enables the people looking at or who might buy what you're offering the very clear idea of what it is they're gonna get. And because it's smaller and condensed, it allows you to price it somewhere that's going to probably be under $100, right? A lot of times when people are in quarantine or they're facing a crisis, spending money on extra things may not be what they want to do. But if it's priced somewhere where it may make sense for them to do that, then they're more likely to purchase it. So this is also a really great way for your clients to get an idea of how you work, who you are, and then they may find that once they go through this smaller program or smaller offering, that when the time is right, they're gonna want to come to you to do that deeper style work. Number 3, use downtime to your advantage. Any downtime that you have, not just during a crisis, is a great time to start and finish a big project that you've been thinking and dreaming of and knowing that you need to do for your business. I am a really huge proponent of the 90-day project planning. So the basic idea is that if you cannot start and finish a project in 90 days, then you probably don't need to be doing it. You're either procrastinating, you're on Instagram too much, or it's like too big for you to handle, or you're not spending your time wisely. So the idea is instead of doing 20 things at a time, never finishing any of them, you focus on one and you do it till it's done, and then you move on to the next thing. Having downtime or being in quarantine or having 2 to 3 weeks when you can't go out is the perfect time to start your personal styling business or to take it online. Figure out how you're going to translate your one-to-one services into virtual remote services that you can do online. Create a course, create a workshop, figure out speaking engagements. How can you help corporations at this time when maybe everybody's working from home to help their employees feel a sense of normalcy while they're getting dressed and working from home every day? So there are tons of things that you can do, but use the downtime wisely to work on big projects. And finally, 4, create sustainable income streams that do not rely on in-person appointments. Guys, if you do not have some part of your styling business online, it's time to get there. You cannot just continue in 2021 only taking in-person appointments. I mean, I guess you probably can, but think even if you have like the richest VIP client in the world and you spend one-on-one time with them, what happens if they travel? Or what happens if they are abroad and need your styling help? You're gonna have to do something at some point over the computer. So this is a great time to do that. Everybody is going online. I have never seen more companies rush to get their gym workouts online for their clients, to restaurants doing takeout services and online orders, to literal whole restaurant industries that don't even have mobile ordering, getting it ready so that people could order online to their doorstep. Honestly, this point makes me speechless because people have been innovating and thinking outside of the box so quickly in this time. And I want you to use this crisis to do that as well. Take advantage and get online. It's not rocket science to figure out how to take your in-person services and figure out what can you do over the computer? What is the client going to have to do on their own? And how can you give them materials to support the work they're doing on their own? And when they come back to you, how is that going to work? So now is the time, and a lot of stylists are finding that they are having to just figure it out because they had in-person appointments scheduled and they had to reschedule them or they had to take them online, right? And so you're having to figure it out in real time, and there's no better way to test something than in real time with real people. So honestly, this may work out really well for you in the long run because it's forcing you to do something that you maybe have been putting off. So if you are listening to this and you have found this helpful, these 4 tips, I would love if you would tag me at Chic Stripes and share on Instagram, share on Insta stories, and share with me one way that you've been pivoting your personal styling business in the crisis to still serve your community, to still make money for yourself, and or to create a new way of doing business that you haven't done before. I do want to take the time to answer one listener question. So I don't believe this person is a stylist, but it makes sense, right? Her question, and this is Bernadette Ball from Instagram, said, San Francisco, California is in lockdown. No one can leave for 3 weeks except for food delivery. So the obvious question that I'm pulling from her comment is that kind of what do you do when you are in lockdown? And I would say, honestly, go back and listen to points 1 through 4 in this podcast, because you're going to have to think of a new way of offering services and connecting with people in a time of need. People may not necessarily need you, or you're not going to be able to go to someone's house to clean out their closet, but you can figure out how to help people clean out their closets from a PDF or from a video lesson of you cleaning it out. So in a way, you are going to need to adapt, and other people will adapt around as we figure out, is this the new normal? Is this just temporary? But I do not believe at all that online services are temporary. I believe, that online services are here to stay. And if you want to stay relevant, not even just a crisis, but relevant, then you need to figure out a way to pivot your styling business during a crisis. So I'm going to summarize these up really quick, but the 4 points are: don't discount your services, create smaller, more niche offerings at lower price points that can lead to your larger packages, use downtime as your advantage, and create sustainable online income streams that do not rely on in-person appointments. So if you found this helpful, please tag me. You can always find more podcast episodes at chicstripes.com/podcast. And we'll be back either with regularly scheduled programming next week or another timely, relevant podcast to help us all as we embrace a new normal. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you soon. Bye, y'all.